Hello everyone, this is quite a rare find actually for a British fan enthusiast. This one is an American ILG or ILG ILG self-cooled motor fan, and this one is, let's have a look, model 103, made in Chicago, USA. Now these fans were very popular in America. 50s, 60s and 70s. Very unique style of blade. The propeller fan looks like the propeller of a boat, as you can see. Quite sharp edges and very deep pitch angle on the blades, as you can see, that really sweep the air. Now these fans were commonplace found obviously in America at the turn of the century, and they were in factories, workshops, barns, commonplace in commercial properties and more the commercial market rather than domestic. Now this is the 12-inch model. These fans ranged up to about 72 inches in diameter, which must be ginormous. Now this one's quite weighty because obviously it's cast metal. Comes complete with, so you know it's American, the 2-prong plug with the pins in there attached. You've got the live and you've got the neutral at the side. It runs, if you just look on the motor plate at the top, model 103 propeller fan with a bit of a glare on there. We've got 115 volt, 60 cycle, one phase, 0.7 amp, 1550 RPM, style E2, made by the ILG Electric Ventilation Company in Chicago, USA. And they actually call this the propeller fan, as I say, because it looks like a propeller. No guards on this thing. You wouldn't want to put your hand in this thing when it's rotating. It's quite sharp blades on the edge. Looks like it's had one or two scuffs, but apart from that, it's got the original cast iron green, which is the colour these fans used to come in. It's got a little note down here saying certified ratings. Let me read this. Certified ratings are the result of tests made by the manufacturer in accordance with, there's something I can't read, and test code for centrifugal, axial and propeller fans adopted by the National Association of Fan Manufacturers Incorporated and the American Society of Heating and Ventilation Engineers. It's authorised. And it has a little sticker at the bottom here, I don't know if you can make it out. It says C 1952, National Association of Fan Manufacturers. So this dates the fan to 1952. It looks like someone has actually drilled a couple more holes than were originally in this fan. There's 2 holes at the bottom, and there's a set of holes at the top where it was fixed to the wall. The also interesting thing is where it says it's a self-cooled. Now the reason it says self-cooled, if you notice on the bottom here, this is a pipe which basically sits outside, and cold air from outside is actually ventilating the motor housing inside. So inside the motor, that pipe leads to the back of the motor, and it actually cooled the motor with cool, fresh air from outside to keep the motor cool so it could run for long periods of time. There's no oil duct on this. I've taken the motor out. It's just a sealed motor unit, so designed obviously for lifelong trouble-free bearings. The propeller shaft is actually not welded but screwed in some type of fashion to pot riveted to the actual motor shaft itself. So these things really did come as a complete kit that you just bought and put into the wall. As with every find, obviously being 115 volts, I've had to buy a lovely little adapter from Maplin. Bit of advertising there. So we get the voltage from 230 to 110 to plug in. So as with everything, I've run this up and it works perfectly fine. So I'm just going to plug this fan in and get it set up. Right, and what I'll have to do here is a bit of shifting around with the camera because this fan doesn't support itself, and I really don't want to get my hands trapped in this rotating bit of metal, as it were. So what I might have to do is start it up on the floor and pick it up so you can see this fan rotating and working, and there's quite a nice start-up sound with it as well. And that's it. As I say, 115 volts. quite a breeze. And that was just designed to run constantly to ventilate commercial properties. So it really was a set and forget kind of fan. Trouble free, obviously, with the fact that there's no motor housing, there's no guard on it, so all the dust and grease build-up wasn't an issue. The coast down on this thing is incredible. I shall just try and see if I can get the coast down. What I don't want to do is chop my fingers off, so if I just put that on the floor and switch it off, bring it back up. The bearings on this fan are perfect from the day it was manufactured, as you can see. Really smooth coast down. All I've done is add a bit of 3-in-1 oil to the motor. It runs absolutely perfect. Some of the bigger ILG fans that you've seen on YouTube as well have actually got a coast down of a lot more time. Obviously the blades were well balanced in these fans, and because they're all metal, it took a lot of time for the motor inertia to decrease. So there we have it. That's the ILG Model 103 self-cooled motor fan. Thanks for watching.